little girl came home to find her entire family murdered. But she didn't cry. She quietly set down her backpack, began her homework, and calmly sharpened her pencil because she knew the killer was still inside the house. The intruder watched from the shadows, thinking the child was too young to understand death. It wasn't until he finally left that the girl completely broke down. 20 years passed. That 5-year-old girl had grown into a stunning young officer. Her name was Lisa, now a detective in the Major Crimes Unit, dedicated to hunting down the person who killed her mother. But the killer had vanished without a trace. Until one day, a new case emerged. The victim's tongue had been cut in half. Lisa knew instantly it was him, the same killer. This murderer loved taunting the police, and there was a high chance he'd call. Lisa sprang into action. One team stayed at the crime scene. The other waited at headquarters for a call. Sure enough, the phone rang that night. No words, just eerie, disturbing sounds. By the time the police reached the suspect's house, he was already gone. Inside, they found shelves of books on crime and a refrigerator hiding a victim's severed tongue. Meanwhile, another unit managed to catch the suspect. But when Lisa began questioning him, she realized he was barely in his 20s, far too young to be the killer from 20 years ago. That's when it hit her. The real murderer was still out there, watching. This guy was just a pawn. To break him psychologically, Lisa made him eat 20 bowls of beef tongue rice a day. She hoped it would push him over the edge. The next day, he ate as usual, but at the bottom of the bowl, he found a note telling him to take his own life. Then he uncovered a razor blade hidden in the rice. Without hesitation, he swallowed it. Just like that, he died under mysterious circumstances. With the case at a dead end, a new tip came in. Someone reported a strange, delusional girl wandering the streets. Lisa, feeling sorry for her, took her home to care for her. That night, the killer called again, telling Lisa to treat the girl well. Lisa realized this was her chance. She used the killer's arrogance to set up a meeting. But just as she was heading out, there was a knock at the door. The girl opened it and froze when she saw the killer. Terrified, she turned and ran. Outside, officers heard the commotion, but before they could react, the killer ambushed them. By the time Lisa returned, her colleagues were down. She immediately took off after the killer, but on the way, she ran into the girl who told her she'd been playing hide and seek with her uncle. Lisa asked, "Where is he now?" The girl pointed behind her and said, "He's right behind you." That's when Lisa realized she was the killer's true target. When she came to, she was tied to a chair. The film is Juihung 20 Nin,